Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And today, things are getting juicy, so make sure you press that like button. Guys, when I say that things are getting juicy, take a look at this. Sam Bankman-Fried tried to get bail, alright? He tried to bail out, but he got smackdown denied. We also have a little bit of news on XRP, the SEC, Binance, and even more. So just make sure you tune in for the entire video. It will be worth it as things are getting very freaking crazy right now. And also, one thing I'm thinking about time and time again is how these guys get away defrauding us, stealing our money, and we shouldn't stand for it any longer, but we'll talk about that in just a second. Now, guys, let us first start with the most important news. Sam Bankman-Fried has been arrested. He tried to get his bail. Got denied because he's a flight risk. Boom, boom, boom. Told you guys at the start of the video, I don't really fall for all this defrauding stuff. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it at all. So this is good, as I honestly think, indeed, he could have been a flight risk, even though he doesn't seem like an aggressive guy or anything that's going to take some really irrational choices. I think the majority of people would have said that about Sam Bankman-Fried before everything collapsed, right? The guy looked like a little, and don't touch me too much, but, you know, he looked like a whiz kid, a lot of people said, even though he looked kind of filthy potentially and not like somebody you want to touch you. My own opinion, right? He looked like a pretty smart guy. At least he was running a multi-billion-dollar exchange, even though nobody really understood how or why. The fact that this happened, though, I can finally be happy with. And again, BitBoy is right now also screaming out that, well, there are a few things in life that make him happier than seeing Sam Bankman-Fried being escorted out of a Bahamas courthouse over in handcuffs. However, as you hopefully have already read right here, things might be getting pretty dirty over the next couple of months. We will have to watch, as this story is only just beginning, guys. This story is only just beginning. Now, in regards to SEC, the majority of things I have open right now are regarding the SEC. I really have noticed that. So, apparently the SEC charges former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried for defrauding investors a day after his arrest. So that's already happened yesterday. We allege that Sam Bankman-Fried built a house of cards on a foundation of deception while telling investors that it was one of the safest buildings in crypto, said SEC Chair Gary Gensler. And you might look at this and think, wow, that's great. Gary, good job for going after Sam Bankman-Fried. And I want to be that guy to support you and say that's the truth. But please take a step back when I just said we shouldn't take any more shit from these garbage ass folk, all right? What I mean with that is Gary Gensler has met up and is so in freaking kissing distance with Sam Bankman-Fried throughout these years. But it's only after he's been arrested that he's like, let me say something actually. Where were all these allegations when you were investigating them constantly throughout the last couple of years? You can't tell me you weren't doing that, as you were basically in freaking tongue-kissing distance all this time. So you can't tell me you didn't investigate them anywhere. The only thing you can tell me is you ignored the red flags for either their own benefit, either because of donations, either because of I don't know. But you can't say you didn't know. That to me is absolutely wild, mind-boggling, crazy. So that leads me to believe this is all just one fake little shabam, all right? I can't fathom that the guy didn't know. I can't fathom that only now Gary Gensler's like, what? Sam Bankman-Fried was doing stuff wrong? Oh, let's charge this guy. Let's go after him, guys. Really? I mean, it's not really that believable to anybody, but I guess Gary Gensler's like, these tinfoil hat suckers will believe anything I say, because that's kind of what it feels like. Now, the SEC is not always bad, as I've said before. Apparently, the SEC is charging 8 social media influencers in a $100 million stock manipulation scheme promoted on Discord and Twitter. What? $100 million? That's pretty big, and the guys are actually, I guess they took their Twitter accounts down, or at least one of them did. That is pretty wild. I'm not sure exactly who these guys are. Are they, okay, they're all traders, I guess? They kind of all look the same, the accounts of these guys. Huh. But that is pretty damn crazy. The stock sniper right there. These guys got taken down for $100 million of a manipulation scheme. I wonder if this is similar to what we in crypto have very often with these pump and dump schemes, or what exactly they have done to make it this bad, $100 million? But let us just forget about it because I don't really know. And let's dive over into another piece that has to do with the SEC. Because again, I just said that not everything they do is bad. Sometimes they hold people accountable for the right things, and it's just that very often they do it wrong. But sometimes they're right, just very, very rarely. Now, look at this. U.S. Congress candidate Walker's, what's her name? January Walker's, calls crypto community to collectively support Ripple against the SEC overreach. It just shows again that the SEC is it's pretty garbage most of the time. Little side note, by the way, guys. I actually got myself just now, I'm not sure if you guys already noticed, a new camera. I'm not sure if you guys can see it right here. I actually, I was like, you know what? Let's update the quality because you guys kept saying this is good, this little setup. But I thought, hey, it could be better. Now, as of this point, I'm still a dumbass with knowing how to use it, but that will get better. So stay tuned and just let me know in the comments when you notice that I switched over to the camera. But to not digress, it just makes you think. Articles like this make you think about what's really going on in the background and how it could be that these Congress people don't agree with the SEC. That shouldn't be the way. If they're literally saying, right, a Congress candidate, stand up for Ripple because the SEC is overreaching, that means there's really something wrong. And I still wonder why it's taken such a long amount of time or for these people to notice, hey, Gary Gensler is a little bit weird in the whole SBF drama. He's been extremely overreaching in the whole Ripple drama. Let's take a closer look at what he has to gain and where his connections lie and yada, yada, yada. Why is it taking so incredibly long to go after these potential bad actors when they're in the, I see, because they're in the government. I mean, because at the end of the day, it didn't take that long to go from SBF being, charged with something for him to really just go down the rabbit hole. People are right now going really, really down, or he's going down the drain, I should say. So why not Gary Gensler? Why is nobody... I mean, we've noticed what can happen if you let these bad actors go loose for too long. Look at Sam Bankman-Fried, right? People knew for all along, or long enough, that he was a bad actor, that he was doing some shady stuff. People let him go. Why not with Gary Gensler? Why not? Now, I don't want to stay with that for too long because I can rant, and I think the XRP lawsuit is garbage. I still think they'll win. I still think the XRP price is going to go absolutely wild when they win. Again, I personally think it's almost certain, but understand I'm not a legal advisor, not your financial advisor, and I may be wrong. I just personally have a lot of money banking on this. I'm not sponsored by Ripple, never been paid in XRP. I'm just talking about this on my own accord. I do personally believe they'll win. But they could also lose. It's just, you need to understand they could still, hypothetically speaking, lose. And it also depends on what grounds, because I believe that at least the present day XRP cannot be considered a security. I think that would be mind-boggling. If we're talking about whether or not XRP at some point in the past was one, that might be a little point that Ripple has to give to the SEC to just let them slide out of this one. But I also still believe that Ripple should not go for some sort of underground settlement, but should finish the lawsuit, because that way there'll be legal precedent for all these other crypto cases in the near future. Then again, I don't mind Ripple looking out for themselves. They can settle with a good judgment, basically, with the settlement. I believe they should, because, well, to each their own. A little side note. I always promote some links in the comments section down below. There's a couple links, like, for example, Bybit and BitGet. Those are crypto exchanges that I use currently because I have to trade somewhere. And these are two platforms that I currently trust a lot and have a lot of money banking on. Never have your main stash on exchanges, but have a good amount of money there to trade with. That's just a given. Bybit has crazy bonuses right now because of their 4-year anniversary, and BitGet is usually pretty good with bonuses as well. Links will be down below. I believe BitGet you can use in every country around the world. I also always have a link to Ledger, though. I think it's at the top even. That's a self-custody wallet where you can store your crypto safely on your own forever. Now, CZ, the CEO of Binance, rightfully so, says that 99% of people will lose crypto storing in self-custody. All I have to say about this one is, don't be dumb when moving crypto around. Take your time. Watch a couple of videos. Watch them through thoroughly. And you probably won't make mistakes. You can make simple mistakes, like instead of sending your Bitcoin to native SegWit, you send it to SegWit or to Taproot, for example. But in that case, it doesn't really matter. What I'm talking about here is the different Bitcoin networks, where luckily they're backwards compatible. It doesn't matter which one you send it to. But the idea is those mistakes are valid, but always make these small test transactions, $10, $20. I usually do it like this, and I even did it today. I moved crypto that's been sitting still for over 2,000 days. It's funny that I watched that today. But the way I did it, even though I've done it 1,000 times at least, send $10. All right, done it, all good. Then send, let's say, $1,000 or so. Just send some. Then watch for it all to confirm. Once it's confirmed, I see if I can send it. I don't send it, but I just see if it's all good. And then I send the bulk of the money, so to speak. The reason I do it this way is the $10 just to see if the actual number was all good. The $1,000 is to kind of see if I can actually transact something, because if I do 10, it's just not enough from my head to comprehend everything. Once there's $1,000, I can kind of see and test everything. And once that's good, I know everything was golden. Do I need to really do this? No, because I know the addresses I sent to are safe, but this is something you might want to keep in your head when getting new addresses or something like this. Just test them with a little bit of money and see if everything works, and then send the bulk there, for example. But always be safe with self-custody as well, as you're the only one responsible. So keep your keywords very, very safe. Now, I should quickly say, that statement came from Binance, and they're, of course, incentivizing people to keep it on exchanges like Binance, where, well, they store your money safely. I should also say that Tron founder Justin Sun has apparently withdrawn $100 million from Binance. Why? Who cares? People are moving money around all the freaking time. He is the founder of Tron, which also hosts a lot of stablecoins on there. Him taking money off of Binance means absolutely nothing, as we don't know exactly what he's doing with it. And you can see here, CZ says, and it actually kind of warns us, that some tough times might be ahead, and that there's a lot of stress tests ongoing and might still continue on, especially after FTX and whatnot. So $100 million here, $200 million there is just a logical way that things will move. Most of the time, there's a good explanation for it, as this guy is a crypto maxi to the fullest. So whatever he's moving it for, who gives a crap, right? He's also the co-owner of, I think, Huobi even now. I'm not sure if he's also involved with Bitfinex or any of these other exchanges. I don't really care. But the point just being, it's logical if they move money around, or if they're even potentially skeptical or want to FUD another platform. So don't let that get to your head. In regards to the stress test or some tough months ahead, yeah, I'd say just follow the Bitcoin halving cycles with where the bull markets lie. Again, another year or so of bear market would not be too crazy. I'm just constantly buying. You might call me a crazy guy, but the thing is, I have the income to, I have basically, let's say, a couple of different income streams. One of those income streams goes to buying crypto every single day. Every single day. Another income stream goes to keeping it in Tether or USDC to buy in bulk, or BUSD, every once in a while when I see a good price, and just buy in bulk, while also saving up a little bit of Tether on the side, or USDC on the side, for in cases. So for in case we get a crazy drop, Bitcoin goes to $5,000, I want to inject a whole lot of capital. There's that stash there for. And then you have the fiat income streams, or potentially a couple of others. At the end of the day, if you are not able to buy more crypto, it shouldn't be a case of, well, I want to, but I can't. I think the easiest solution for that is go look how to make more money. It might sound really crazy. A lot of people are not in a position where this is easy, I understand. I remember with my $10,000 giveaway, I'm not sure if the persons that won are actually watching right now, but I remember that one of the guys that won, I think $500, maybe $1,000. I don't know exactly how much this guy won. Said that his monthly salary was, I don't know, I think $150 in India or Pakistan. And he said that the money he won is a multi-month salary, and how big of a deal that was. And it's easy when you're making this much money, as a lot of us are here in the other side of the crypto realm, to kind of forget how much $100 can be for other people. So I can also not easily state, just buy more, man. You should just have more money. Go work more. I understand it's not that simple. But the easiest solution is to look for different ways to get income. And for example, one of the things we do on the channel here is we have a lot of Pakistan, India, and actually Nigerian as well, employees, or I guess army, I'm not sure exactly how to phrase it the best way, of people who don't earn the most. A lot of people earn about $600 a month, for example, but it doesn't cost that much time. So it allows them to pick up this job, pick up another job, and potentially get to a $2,400, or potentially even more salary a month if they pick up different clients. And I try to always help with that as well. Point being, get a skill. That's the best thing in the world. I have a couple of times, right? I put an email address down below where people can sign up or send their applications to if you're good at something. And very often the skill that people list is marketing, or I'm good at anything, just let me know the task. And even though I want to help as many people as possible, that is always very hard. Because how can I trust you to a task if I don't know what you've done before? So that's why it's always good to send examples. And I'd say it's always good to come up with an incentive that you could do before just asking, what can I do? If you guys understand my drift. There's also a list of emails that I get, I think, every single day. There's at least one person a day, I think, that sends me a email saying, hey, I know you're a video creator. They sent this to everybody. Keep up your hustle. They sent it to everybody. I noticed you make cool videos. We want to cut them up and make TikToks out of them, right? And every single time, I think one of my people actually responds. I've actually responded myself a couple of times as well, saying, hey, send me a couple of pieces of content. Because even though, as you guys might have noticed, I don't really have any shorts or some sort of clips channel. We're pretty much interested in all these different incentives if people come up with them. However, there the problem comes where it's like, well, how much exactly do you want? What exactly can you bring? And in all those discussions, it is, I think, a lot better if people were to, for example, what I've done for a little while, I'm sorry to go so much into mindset, is I've had my Instagram business, right, for a long time. You guys know it, it's been, I think, 4 to 6 years. I don't know exactly. I think it started in 2018, so that's been about 4 years or so that I've been hard grind. And it's been a lot of 14-hour, 16-hour days just grinding on my phone day in, day out. Wake up, grind, go to sleep. Nothing else. Might sound strange because right now my life's a lot easier, but that was the hardest that I've ever worked. Just literally don't do anything else. Just do this the whole day, every second of it. A lot of it had no result at all, but I had the vision for the long term. And I think with this whole shorts debacle, a lot of people could have just gotten somewhere by, for example, cutting my videos up, getting pieces out of it, potentially motivational pieces, but maybe just news pieces, and boom, try to repost it on TikTok, see if it works. Or boom, try to put it on YouTube, see if it works. As long as there's effort that's been put in, it's not just a full copy of the whole thing. I don't think many people will get angry, but maybe if you reach out that way, you actually get another grant, so to speak. Maybe they will be funded. Maybe because you've shown your capabilities, you can become the head of operations for that sector. Maybe you know how to find more people that are able to do this, so you can now all of a sudden have budget to hire more people and actually make money for doing nothing. These are all things that you can get by trying some stuff, and I just sometimes think about that. But yeah, I don't want to go on. I don't want to vent for too long. I should make a separate series for this type of stuff on maybe a different channel. I really should, because there's so much stuff that I really wish I knew earlier. And that's honestly because I think a lot of you guys are watching this right now with just not enough money to actually make it big in crypto. I keep saying $10,000, for example, is enough to become a millionaire. And I honestly know that, and I believe that. And that's because I took a $25 giveaway and turned it into tens of millions of dollars at some point. You guys gotta understand, it's not about the amount of money you start with, it's about what you do with it. But the more money you make, the more it can help, really. If I wasn't making all this money now as an actual income that I could put to crypto, I'd feel a lot more uncertain, so to speak. I'd have a lot more stress. Even though you have capital, the income is what really relieves a lot of the stresses in your life. I know people that have got hundreds of millions of dollars. Let's say, I know one guy specifically, he has, let's say, a net worth of $200 million. And in crypto, that's not really net worth. It's mostly just, let's say, $150 million liquid crypto or liquid cash. He has almost no income though, maybe from staking, but no actual job or anything like this, just has money. And so he sees that money tickle down because every month costs maybe $50,000 or so. You see that tickle down. I'd be stressed about that at least a little bit. So the most important thing is income, I think. And that's where, yeah, I think we'll have another vent about this soon. But that was it for today's video there, guys. Sorry for going on too long. See you guys again in another one. Make sure you press the like button if you enjoyed it. And yeah, we're going to help a lot of people on this channel. I really, really believe it. I might make another channel talking about these things more in depth. Also about income methods, also about a couple of different things. I actually have a channel for it, but I might just revamp it and we'll see. But that was it for right now, guys. See you guys again in another one.